Imagine your pain is a black dot. When we focus on it, like a hawk, trying to control and get rid of the dot, a circle surrounds it. The black dot has grown larger due to the additional suffering of us wanting it to go away. And because it won't go, we start feeling bad about ourselves. We catastrophize, thinking it will stay forever. When we view the pain negatively, another large circle surrounds the dot. Emotional suffering has enhanced the uncomfortable physical sensation. We started with something small, and now it has grown into something that terrifies us. It has grown into a monster, which is compromising our health and happiness. However, there is hope. There are strategies to make the dot smaller, Stoic techniques to bring the pain down to a manageable size, to view the pain as objectively as possible, and reduce the emotional suffering. We may not be able to remove the pain, but we can have power over it. Marcus Aurelius said, "Pain is neither unendurable nor everlasting. If you keep its limits in mind and do not add to it through your own imagination." The following 3 techniques will help you keep its limits, so your life doesn't have to be defined by pain. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us, and other things are not. What then is to be done? To make the best of what is in our power, and take the rest as it naturally happens." Imagine your pain are a few fish swimming around. You have no control over how many there are, and where they swim. So, don't force the fish. When you're in pain, there isn't a switch you can press to kill the fish. You may have exhausted the treatment options and now have to contend with the fact the fish are still here, swimming around. Therefore, it makes rational sense to accept them. We must realize what is in our power and what is not. The only power we have in the moment is our response to the pain. This is a liberating realization. Watch the fish. It is insane to stress out over the fish swimming around. The fish do what they please. All we can do is watch. It is important to realize we have control over how we view the pain. That's why we should look at it with indifference. It has nothing to do with us, so it can do what it wants. Learn to view your pain as something outside of your control, and watch how much of the emotional suffering reduces, and the black dot shrinks. This may seem to be a powerless stance, but it is actually incredibly rational. The only way to move forward is through acceptance. Epictetus said, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about them." Mental suffering can not only make the pain worse, but make it last longer. This is due to the black dot increasing in size. A way to deal with this is by viewing the pain through an objective lens. Factually describe the sensation. Is it a pulsating, a throbbing, a tightening? Don't have laser focus, as that might enhance the pain because you're giving it undue importance. But create some distance by viewing it in a clinical, scientific way. What are you feeling without the negative emotional reaction? Imagine you are a doctor and your patient is describing the pain to you. You wouldn't feel fear, you would make a note of the symptoms and view them from a detached perspective. You don't need to have a negative value judgment about the pain. The professor, Jon Kabat-Zinn, explains that mindfulness is awareness that arises through paying attention, on purpose, in the present moment, non-judgmentally. This is what cognitive distancing is, viewing the pain non-judgmentally. It takes practice, but can have profound effects on our relationship to pain. When you catch yourself making a value judgment, take a step back and view the pain from a detached perspective. What is provoking these judgments? You will soon realize that you can bear it, and it's not as painful as you had imagined. This technique requires a bit of imagination. It is where you see your pain in context, how small and insignificant it is. There are two ways you can do this technique. The first is to compare your pain to the scale of the universe. Think of where your pain is located, how small the area it resides in. Your head, back, shoulder. Think about the area of pain compared to the rest of your body. Why are you giving it so much of your attention when it only occupies a small part of your body? Think of how small you are compared to the size of Earth. Then think of how small the Earth is in relation to the Milky Way, and how small the Milky Way is in comparison to the observable universe. How small the observable universe is in the enormous universe we live in. How does this make you feel about your pain? Has this lessened its power over you? Are you still scared of it when you think of how small it is? The second way to accomplish this technique is related to the shortness of time. Think of how short your life is. How many years do you have left if nothing unfortunate happens to you? 50, 60 years? How much time do you want to spend letting the pain take over your life? How many years will you let it define you? Think of all the people in the past who went through pain greater than you. Maybe they endured it with resilience, or maybe they cowered in fear, but they are now long dead. And everyone alive today, everyone is experiencing some kind of pain, whether it be physical or psychological. You are not alone. The human condition revolves around pain. As Marcus Aurelius asked, is a world without pain possible? Then don't ask the impossible. Soon, you and your pain will no longer exist. Nobody will remember the pain. It will dissolve into eternity. Doesn't that make your pain feel small? Taking this view from above, thinking of this wider context, can be calming and grounding. Zooming out from the pain can decrease its power over you. So often we believe the pain is who we are. It defines our existence. But in reality, it is a very small part of existence. There are so many aspects of life that have nothing to do with your pain. The earth will keep on spinning. It's time to let the pain go. Marcus Aurelius said, "Pain is an evil either to the body, and if that be so, let the body itself declare it, or to the soul. But the soul has the power to preserve its own serenity and calm, and to refuse to accept that pain is an evil. For every judgment, impulse, desire, or aversion arises from within us, and nothing evil can enter in from outside. We have power over our soul. We are the gatekeepers to pain. Every negative judgment, impulse, or desire we let in disturbs our peace of mind and creates emotional suffering. With these 3 Stoic techniques, you will be able to reduce your emotional suffering and possibly reduce your physical pain. I hope these techniques help you manage your pain so you can better preserve your soul's serenity and calm. Thanks for watching.